for the Kiev Major European Qualifiers. Alliance is going up against 4 Protect 5. Sitting here together with
Radiant
Berlin.
team ban.
And Alliance is, I believe, 5-2 right now. And that means that they are not guaranteed through yet. They need to win 2 more games. Or rather, they still have, to be guaranteed through, you have to have 7 wins, but they obviously can make it through with 6 as well, depending on how the rest does. But Alliance is going to try to beat 4 Protect 5. 4 Protect 5 is 3-4. Meaning that if they lose this game, they're out. What do you have to say about that, Ben?
I did not have the highest hopes for 4 Protect 5.
No.
But I did have okay hopes for Alliance. I expected to be in the middle of the pack. They're doing way better than expected with
Radiant
some funky stuff, too.
Ogre Magi Nyx Assassin opening, would you call that funky?
Nah. The Nyx Assassin first phase versus Ember, it's an appropriate response. This is one of the reasons why I don't particularly like first phase Ember, just because
10
Nyx
seconds
dumpsters him. I believe we casted a game where Nyx just constantly destroyed the Ember all game.
Did we?
Yep.
Alright.
I think we did.
I believe it.
Reserve time.
They all started to blend together a little bit.
Oh no, it was with Breaky actually.
Alright.
It was Hestajo's Nyx Assassin, and yeah, he just constantly destroyed the Ember Spirit. It was just it was ugly. It was real ugly.
Well, perhaps was it as Alliance as well?
No,
Okay.
this is my first Alliance cast.
Ooh, so you're gonna see just how funky the draft actually gets then, I guess. And how funky they play it. I had a game earlier for Alliance. They were playing against Alternate. And Alternate is a team, obviously, that doesn't have a single win. You know Alternate attacks.
I know alternate attacks.
They did so well.
They
almost won.
They were actually looking pretty decent today.
Yeah.
If they play like they did yesterday, they'd have probably
Alliances
two
turn
wins,
to
I would
ban.
say.
Yes.
Sad.
Sad for them indeed. But I guess ultimately, I still wouldn't expect them to make them to the top 4. It's just sad that they go out in this fashion. It must be slightly demoralizing there. But Alliance,
10
they
seconds
looked really hot yesterday. Today they had a bit more of a struggle. They lost a game against Elements Pro
5
Gaming, a game
seconds
that,
remaining.
according to many, they should have won. And I'm not sure who won
Reserve
between
time.
them and Bean Boys. Did that game already end, or is it still going on?
Elements versus Bean Boys?
Yeah?
I'm pretty sure Elements crushed them. I was
Really?
watching some of it.
Yes. Okay. That because Elements still has got a chance to make it through the playoffs as well. So interesting stuff. Alliance though, they look solid and they should be coming out ahead here. Opening with the Crystal Maiden and the Earth Spirit, or rather Ember Spirit. What do you think of the opening for that for Protect 5?
We've been seeing a lot more Mag lately, and I think that
Yes.
Mag could potentially pop up if they wanted to
Radiant
use it. I don't know.
team
Celestic really likes the Ember Spirit. We haven't seen too much Crystal Maiden from them, but I actually think it should work out pretty well for them. Their early game is where they have been focusing and should focus, I think. The bans are a little
10
strange, though. There
seconds
is no
remaining.
Centaur
True.
banned out.
Lone
5
Druid got banned at
seconds
second
remaining.
phase.
Yep.
Made it through there as well. I'm sure there were a lot
Reserve
of people
time.
thinking, "Oh, finally, got to get to see Lone Druid being played," and then not even picked up by either team in the first phase. So we have a Shadow Fiend removed from the pool for Protect 5. They kind of want to keep that Ember Spirit safe. Should be an Ember Spirit mid.
OD Invoker. Those are the good ones, I would
Right.
say. And Limp definitely plays both.
Yes.
They also use Silencer, I believe, mid Silencer on Limp, so that's something that could potentially deal with the Ember Spirit very easily. Not that they necessarily need another solution. They do have the Nyx Assassin.
Alliance
I
Spirit
turn
Breaker.
have
to
to admit,
pick.
I've only seen Spirit Breaker in North America so far, as in physically seen it. I have not looked at all the drafts from all the games of EU, but I have not commentated a Spirit Breaker game in the past 2 days. Have you?
I have not. He's alright.
10
I
seconds
like it a lot, and
remaining.
he's very popular in America in terms of
He
the
is.
qualifier
5
games
seconds
that we've seen
remaining.
so far. So, kind of happy to see him making a crossover. Great against
Reserve
the Assassin as
time.
well, apart from the Spike Carapace if you see him coming. Great against the counting him out, at least. That's good. You're still going to have to deal with the Spike Carapace, though, which might be a problem. We have a Dazzle coming out for Alliance as well.
Radiant team pick.
They don't have a great way to stop the charge, though. Next assassin carapace is mediocre at best,
Yes.
and that's just like, hey, kill me now.
Yeah.
Sign from next assassin.
Please charge me.
Please, yeah.
Ogre Major has, of course, got the stun, but that's a fairly short
10
range and
seconds
a fairly high
remaining.
cost point.
Yeah, the
So-
range is just terrible.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
But perhaps one of the cores that they're going to pick up is able to deal with it better. You want to have
Reserve
cores that
time.
build Yule Scepters by default. I would imagine Invoker again is one of those.
Invoker's, I think, just the
the
best.
yeah.
Because Cold Snap has no cast. He's one of the heroes with no cast point. Tornado interrupts it. Cold Snap interrupts it. I believe Deafening Blast interrupts it too. I think anything that repositions the Spirit Breaker, like Flame Break.
First off.
Flame Break. I don't
Alliances,
know about
turn
Force
to
Staff.
pick.
I've never tried it on a charging Spirit Breaker. That does sound cool though. Blinding
Well,
Light also interrupts it.
It would be weird if it would. Because if you would force a charging Spirit Breaker, you just force it closer to the target it's going to.
Yeah.
So you never really want to do
10
that.
seconds remaining.
But it might. It might interrupt. I'm not actually sure.
5
I don't think it
seconds
does, but
remaining.
it could.
Something that can be tested. But Terrorblade picked up by 4 Protect 5,
Reserve
so they are
time.
very greedy. A lot of pressure on the Spirit Breaker, I think. Right?
Not so much. They have CM Spirit Breaker. CM kind of enables all your cores to have a really strong early game. Like you don't need to pick up a lot of the small stuff like raindrops, Aquila for the mana regen, clarities. I've seen so many clarities ferried out to lane recently. So Alliance, I still think that Invoker is probably one of the best ones. Because it also deals with the Terrorblade. We've seen Tinker a lot to deal with the Terrorblade, but Tinker doesn't fare too well versus Spirit Breaker and Ember.
Sniper.
I would say Sniper is bold.
Radiant team
That is
back.
very bold.
Is this a limp sniper? He doesn't stop Spirit Breaker.
He does not stop Spirit Breaker. I'm curious to see what their last pick is going to be to prevent them from just running at the Sniper
10
with all their
seconds
heroes.
remaining.
They also have
Nyx
no.
Assassin can't do that.
Yeah, Nyx Assassin is like
5 seconds
okay at
remaining.
it, but also Terrorblade. They have no way to clear the Terrorblade illusions, which is very scary.
Reserve
Maelstrom.
time.
Maelstrom,
On the sniper.
that is an option. That is,
I
it's
mean,
okay.
It's not
10
ideal, but
I
seconds.
don't know if he's
remaining.
going to be able to attack though.
that is a problem because Spirit Breaker's going to be on a still. So will Ember
Alliances
Spirit.
turn to ban.
He's a great core to be able to go through the front lines and just go on whoever is squishy at the back, like Sniper.
What does a Loda like to play? That would be good here.
Maybe it's Loda Sniper and Limp Still Invoker.
10 seconds
That
remaining.
could be it. I haven't seen them pick Invoker so much recently though.
No.
Maybe like
5
CK.
seconds
I like
remaining.
Oh, I saw CK previous game. It was great.
Yeah.
Darkseer is the last
Alliances
ban
turn to pick.
coming out from Alliance. Do you think they still want to maybe have a Slardar Spirit Breaker lane? Slardar is still in the pool, is he not? Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
10
That would
seconds
also be
remaining.
pretty scary. I'd be a fan of that. Why not?
Why not?
5
Darkseer Spirit Breaker
seconds
would have been
remaining.
good too. Either
Yes.
either one would have been fine. Although Darkseer generally not the favorite
Hey, good
versus
call.
Nyx.
There's
I
your
I don't
Radiant
know why
team
they
pick.
wanted CK here. It's like it's not amazing here, but it's just like okay, they like CK. They don't have any illusion clear on 4 Protect 5. There's just a severe lack of AoE aside from like Crystal Maiden Freezing Field.
Don't underestimate
Nice.
the Crystal
10
Maiden
seconds
freezing.
remaining.
I do not. That thing
Okay.
that spell owns.
That spell. That's
But
actually-
if that's your
5
only way to clear
seconds
CK
remaining.
illusions,
Centaur made it through.
yeah, Centaur made it through.
All right,
Yeah.
there you go. That's still a scary offlane.
Oh my god, I would hate to be sniper in this game. Oh my goodness. You have Spear Breaker charging you, and then you have Stampede on top of that. Oh my goodness.
All right. Historically, Alliance is not the strongest in the lanes, and they end up winning the mid to late game more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I think 4 Protect 5 is having a draft that is very capable of abusing that fact.
Yes. I think the only lane that's not terribly great is like the Ember Spirit versus Sniper. But they have CM Aura, they have Spirit Breaker Charge, and they'll have Stampede pretty early because I don't think that they can really zone the Centaur too easily in this game.
10 seconds remaining.
It's gonna be tough, I
It
think,
is
for
gonna be
Alliance.
5 seconds
Now, they
remaining.
have got more games today as well, so they still will go up against Pro Dota later. This is not their last game, but they are 5-2. You've got 9 games in total. I don't know. You want to be on top of the pack because otherwise...
Prepare for battle.
So if you are top of the group, you get to choose your opponent of the number 3 and number 4. But if they have... Like, there's still such a big chance at tiebreakers as well. You really can't afford to lose games.
I don't think they're trying to lose Schiefer.
Well, but they're trying out something new, it seems.
I think they played it in some of their other games, maybe. I don't know. Chaos Knight's actually been fairly popular.
Oh yeah,
in the
I
region,
like Chaos Knight. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, their draft is not abnormal. It's just I don't think particularly good versus like the Terrorblade. Let's say, like, how do they deal with Terrorblade at all? I guess they drafted heroes that aren't like they don't own themselves with Reflection, which is pretty good. That is nice.
All right. Well,
And they have Weave.
They do have Weave. That will help actually a lot, especially with Chaos Knight once he has his ultimate up as well. Alright. EGM will play that Dazzle on the side of Alliance, so we have Hanskin playing Orgrim Regi, Limp will play the Sniper. So such a habit saying time. Loda will play the Chaos Knight, and that will leave Nyx Assassin to be played by Jonas and Fan on the Radiant team. 4 Protect 5, Steph Style on the Spirit Breaker, we have Slash Strike on the Ember Spirit. 5 will play the Terrorblade, we have got the Crystal Maiden played by Dancing Dragon, GTA on the offlane will have the Centaur.
The last pick Centaur.
The last big Centaur. I did not expect that would happen today. I also don't know why is that possible? Shouldn't be possible.
5-man smoke down to the bot. Actually, just 4-man smoke with CK at the lead.
Reality Rift, great to start a fight. Reality Rift into Ignite. If you get a little bit lucky with the positioning of the Reality Rift or with the stun. Both are fairly long range.
Yeah.
During daytime.
I'm not sure what she would actually lead with in this scenario. Probably, I don't know. If you get a 1-second stun, you could they could just walk away.
30 seconds.
But they have
to
shrapnel
battle.
Ignite after.
Ooh, they found a Crystal Maiden. Reality Rift is the shortest range of them all, but he's a horseman, so he's very fast. And Crystal Maiden is very slow, but I think he should have gone for the stun. I'm not sure if that would help, but and the rest of his team is already not there anymore. Hello? Oh, I was gonna say, would someone want to stay and help the CK get the rune, but that is not needed. Nobody's coming to contest that.
They're actually going to be really late to top lane too. Looks like
The
Jonas
battle
is
begins.
going to be there, but he won't be able to get the block. 1v1 Nyx for Centaur. That is not good for Nyx.
That is an aggressive trial for Alliance, though. Perhaps they are thinking they can make something happen there. CK.
Yeah, that's actually pretty strong. They cannot really deal with the they cannot deal with that tri-lane. EGM and Hansen will be messing with Steps on. He has not skilled up charge. Where is he going to charge to, if anywhere? Or is
He
he...
just wants to get to the tower.
Wow. That's a lot of damage on a very tanky Spirit Breaker. And Ember Spirit is in a lot of trouble as well.
There's an Ignite available, but that's it. Poison Touch because he can. Poison Touch first on a Dazzle. It's always fun to see. But it looks like Alliance is going to take the aggressive route so far. As you said, though, the Assassin will have a little bit of tricky time on top. GTA on the center there, but we'll see how well they are going to fare on that bottom lane. 4 Protect 5 is going to get pressured hard. Perhaps they just want to pressure down, at least on the upside. Alliance does not have to worry about charging Spear Breaker on any lane but bottom because supports will be kept busy there almost all the time.
The benefit Steph Style gets in a charge on Loda, but does not actually connect.
To
And
get to the lane.
Dancing Dragon does get the pull off. One range creep will re-aggro onto Hanskin. He's not level 2 yet. Oh, actually, he just got level 2. He was able to solo the large troll before, while the 2 supports were mid. So that little go on the Spirit Breaker actually did cost him a little bit.
Let's see who's the first one to make a move. Surely, if you're going to have an aggressive trial, I mean, the CK is farming very nicely while the Terrorblade is not. Do you think that they are going to try to make a move? Oh, perhaps they can find the Dancing Dragon.
I think they just need to use meta very
Radiant's
early
middle
on
tower is under
the
attack.
lane to get some pressure on.
Oh, I think Slash Strike might get peeped. No, he won't. Need another headshot. Charge is coming in. Olympi pops himself. Charge is not going to be enough. That's going to get cancelled as well. We did also see him incoming. I think the bottom lane knows that there is no Spirit Breaker for a little bit.
They might still charge him. His charge is off cooldown. And Limp is down the hill, but he does have a really well-placed Observer Ward. So I guess they were able to place that as they were harassing the Spirit Breaker. So he's just kind of good heads up.
Five is in a little bit of a pickle here. He'll drop a couple more minutes into the EGM. Will take that first, but he still gets frostbitten though. Lotus is going to get charged. But the EGM is the one that is in most trouble, but still with no 5 here. You gotta.
The thing about Terrorblade is you generally need to use a meta very early on so you can get like a free wave. No one can stand one-on-one against the Terrorblade. Looks like they're about to use it right now. 5 does not get the reflection onto the...
That is gonna be a kill goal play for Protect 5. They push the lane out with that as well, so that means that 5 can't really go and farm. Well, not with the Metamorphosis.
They still have Metamorphosis. They still have
Going for it though. Ooh. He actually wanted to try that. He's got 5 stick charges on loadout with the Reality Rift out.
Yeah, that would have been pretty good because he would have been pulled into the creep wave and they could have heal bombed him.
Yep.
I wonder if Dazzle's actually going to keep skilling up the Shadow Wave or not. He does have the 1.1 Blight Stone.
I won't give them the satisfaction.
All right, versus with Terrorblade sitting at a whopping 11 armor.
Okay. 5 is back to farming. A lot of pings happening here on this bottom lane with the arcane rune. Luckily for Fire Protect 5, it is nighttime. So they should be fine for a little while as ETA on the top lane, Centaur is sitting on 19 with 9 in terms of last hits, 18 for 3. Last hits for Jonas on plan, very even. Who does this favor that the lane is even? Who can do more with the farm they get?
I would still say Centaur, just
Yeah?
because he has global stampede. So it looks like Centaur's way ahead of experience. He's like half a level up.
Raid available, meaning that they can get a kill on Centaur. The haste rune of Slash Strike and the tower can get the last hit. There will not be a last hit from the tower because there was a fairy fire available, so he's fine.
Oh, he got 2 bottle charges canceled by...
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
There's a charge happening. Dancing Dragon still moving forward, still helping the team. The charge coming out in the Chaos Knight. Frostbite was there as well, and the kill happened on both. But good trade in favor of 4-5.
He got that bash at the last second. Level 2 bash.
17% necessary too.
And they use Stampede for that too, so they have to be a little bit careful on the bottom lane.
Charge, just try and slow down this harassment on 5. He's taking a lot of harassment. He uses Metamorphosis as well. That's going to be very tricky if he dies here. That means Metamorphosis is on cooldown for a very long time. One more part is needed. He's not going to get the kill. The south gets interrupted by the veteran, but he doesn't die. And that's the most important part. But does someone else have some regen to help him out? I don't think so. So he's still going to have to walk back to base. That was the south, but it was a little bit too early.
Shadow Wave!
Nonetheless.
It was really close. He might have died. His last strike inside the Roche pit.
Oh, hello. Is he gonna walk out again? Why would he not just deny himself to Roche? He is dead. The poison touch.
The hearth grows cold.
Or,
Yeah, he thought he could escape.
yeah, sometimes.
It's a greedy play.
Yeah, it was, but I guess you don't know if you don't try.
Don't know if you don't try. I thought he was gonna root
Oh yeah.
or use his searing chains, but
Did never love the mana. I actually used his last mana to Remnant away.
yeah, I think his chance of survival would have been slightly higher if he like used searing
Radiant's
chains inside
middle
the pit.
tower is under attack.
Regardless, he did not. I don't know. He didn't expect to die there. He didn't spend his gold before he died. So his net worth is going to be a little bit hurting. He is 1,000 net worth below Sniper.
Sniper is doing very well. In terms of having a sniper in your team, you feel like CK is enough for a liner for that? CK
Yeah, it depends on how if they have heroes that can be blown up or heroes that are resistant to like a Phantasm split. Some cores just get destroyed by Phantasm split. Like I don't know, Luna, for example. Like Eclipse does nothing, and I think it's only Mike.
Yes, and number one. Last hit to the Magi though. It's not being used to get Dancing Dragon out of this. I think he's not gonna get so lucky.
That is
Radiant's
so
bottom
sad.
tower is
Oh,
under
you know,
attack.
he tried.
Dire's
You
top
know you
tower
can't
is
run
under
away.
attack.
So
Yeah.
you gotta try to
Your
shoot.
time
That was a
on
bloodlust
display.
CK with 400 boost speed
Yes.
versus one of the
You
slowest heroes
can't
in the
run
game.
from that. Try to duke it in the trees. Not successful, and of course the Terrorblade again died from that as
Dire's
well. He's
top
level
tower
5.
is under attack.
He's not really
Radiant's
reached
bottom
at all.
tower is under
Lower
attack.
net worth than the Ember Spirit on this team. And Ember Spirit is already having a very rough game. That says enough.
Yep, time to jump.
Time to jumble indeed. In terms of
Dire's
how far,
structures
'cause
are
all the
fortified.
lanes are kind of one.
Radiant's
or
bottom
at least
tower
even
is
by
under
alliance.
attack.
They of course still have the Nyx Assassin that is a bit lower net worth than the Sentinel, but Alliance overall
Dire's
is in
top
very
tower
good
is
shape.
under
At
attack.
what point do they want to try and turn that into an advantage on towers? Looks like they first want to kill off. It's a gank upon gank because Alliance.
Dire's top tower
Alliance
has
Slash Strike
fallen.
sees this, but they're coming in back. They're charging him up on the sniper.
Careful what you take.
Oh, there's an impale available. Just unless if I wants to try and
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
die. They did have a sentry there, so they saw the Nyx Assassin. But they really thought they could get something by getting. And they fell
Radiant's
wrong.
middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Yes.
They just aren't really able to fight right now. Centaur went for the hood first, which is not extremely great for the sort of team fights that they want to take at the moment. Ember Spirit is still very, very poor,
Radiant's
but
middle
losing
tower
that mid
has
T1
fallen.
tower this early, and that was just a Spirit Breaker kill. They just really do not want to fight at the moment. Terrorblade opted for Conjure Image at level 6 instead of Sunder because he just wants to go into the jungle, so it seems like their plan has been to, or is to,
Dire's top tower
just
is under
Wait
attack.
up.
I don't know. I think they could fight with the Ember Spirit. He's like really strong with the Triple Remnant, and it's easy setup with Stampede and or the Spirit Breaker charge.
But the moment that the kill doesn't, or that the damage doesn't result into a kill,
He's probably dead. Yeah, that's fine.
everybody dies. It's not just him either, because the chase that you have on Alliance. I mean, sure you can get away if you have a speed, but you use speed aggressively.
Yeah,
So means they're gonna run
I
away.
think they just have to. You just have to accept that as a casualty, though. You just go all in on the sniper. Like sniper hasn't really been threatened at all. Spirit Breaker tried to charge him a couple times in the early games. They had that ward, and in the later fights too, he's just kind of sitting in the back doing whatever he wants. I think they need to like make him have that defensive mindset of if I attack too much, they're just gonna bum rush me and die. And instead, he's going for this glass cannon build with the phase into the maelstrom. So very little HP on the sniper. He is prime target to kill.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
That was a very nice beat from EGM. That might just be enough to stop the fight, but no, they're going in anyway. They get the kill almost on Over Magi, but Over Magi is trying to teleport out. Not gonna happen. Still gets nothing out of it.
Dire's bottom tower
Ogre
is under
gets traded
attack.
up. Center drops as well. Jonas is fun. In a bit of trouble. Step style. Charge next.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Very
attack.
close fight. Might just be a little bit more, getting a little bit worse for 4 Protect 5 if they lose their Terrorblade. The stun hits 3 seconds. Shrapnel because Sniper is back.
Dire's bottom
Just such
tower
low
has
level.
fallen.
Gunfight
He's
is
already
tough
back.
without a gun,
He gets the kill
isn't it?
on the core of the enemy.
Not bad.
For who?
Not bad for Protect 5. Like they weren't in that great of a position, right? They lost their mid tower. Their Terrorblade had been dying a lot. Ember Spirit had been dying a lot, but they get the quick kill on the sniper. They kill everyone else too. So I think it ended up being probably slight net positive gold for them after that exchange.
Yeah, I didn't press the button. Overall, though, I guess it's better to have trade than to not.
Yeah, you want to be trading too. Like, if everyone is under-farmed, I think that favors Radiant side a lot more. Because Ember Spirit, he doesn't really need too many items to damage. Centaur, you just really just need your Stampede. And I think Terrorblade too can also do a lot of damage.
Radiant's
with a few
bottom
stat
tower
items.
is
Whereas
under
like
attack.
CK, if you don't have like Tread's Armlet, you're not going to be faring very well. Loda actually going for the Hand of Midas, as is Loda fashion.
Yeah, why not? You won't get punished for it, I would believe. His stun at the moment is all they need. They got the damage from the other heroes.
Radiant's bottom tower
Tier 1
is
tower
under
bottom,
attack.
the target they already
Dire's
stand,
middle
they're
tower
probably
is
hiding
under attack.
behind that tower to try and defend it so they can just really take it. At the same time,
Radiant's
Vortex 5 is
bottom
taking
tower
refuge
has
into
fallen.
the Dire jungle, seeing if they can get some farm there, because their own jungle is hostile territory right now.
It certainly is. Slugstrike has completed his veil, so he has recovered quite nicely after
Dire's
being very,
top
very
tower
poor in the
is
early
under
game.
attack.
And with there might be a slight lull in the action for Alliance now as they get the second item from Chaos Knight after the Midas, but he could get charged on top lane. Loda has the Spidey senses. Or does he? He's greedy! Wow.
Dire's
Okay,
top
that's-
tower
They
is
really
under
didn't
attack.
like him.
I really did not like him at all. 3 ultimates.
I think that, you know, 2 was okay, but the freezing field was a little bit over the top, I think.
Yeah, it's okay.
But unless for to make up last hit. Oh, she did! Worth!
Worth 274 gold.
Yeah.
Loda prepared for this with a reliable gold from Midas.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. Alliance is still looking quite healthy because for Protect 5 they can take these kills perhaps, but they can't transition them into objectives just yet. They need a bit more before they can do that. The tier 1 tower middle is still standing as well. That's maybe one of the targets they can start to look at. For now it's all about farm and maybe get a pickup here and there whenever they see the chance.
They have Blink on Centaur and Lance on the Terrorblade, so they're getting up there in terms of farm. And I think they're able to split up the map a lot better despite the Nyx being on the opposite team. Nyx has been kind of just in the forefront. He doesn't have like a Sunstrike or an AA Blast or anything to help him out, and he's not strong enough to solo kill pretty much anyone.
Yeah.
Even the Crystal Maiden, I think, is not a free kill for him. So, no, I
I
don't.
guess she got raindrops, that helps a lot.
She has raindrops, and the Tranquil, yeah, especially the Tranquil will absorb a lot
Radiant's
of the
top
hit
tower is under
with the
attack.
armor.
Radiant structures are
Tier 1
fortified.
mid for Tier 1 top.
Dire's
Like,
middle
it might
tower
be a
is
trade
under
here,
attack.
bit of teleports in. This is Alliance wanting to take a fight, perhaps looking for an impale. Yosefan not going for it.
Dire's
in.
bottom tower is under attack.
Still looking for a target.
Radiant's top
Manskin
tower
as
is
well.
under attack.
Meantime, top lane is still under siege by illusions from the
Dire's bottom tower is
both
under
towers
attack.
end up staying alive.
Death and
As far as
gold
towers
are
live,
linked.
that is. I'm not sure if that's the case. Actually, they do seem alive because you can bloodlust them.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Alright. Ember Spirit.
Little
He can't do anything.
Yeah,
he
he
needs
can't.
help.
Yeah. Ember Spear has a fair amount of HP at this point too.
Yeah, at least he can share the experience a bit.
Hooray!
Yeah. I mean, that must be the only reason he stuck around.
Yeah, the Nyx doesn't feel terribly strong here, just because like there's no blink initiators on the Dire side. Like it's just really difficult to follow up.
Their initiation is a CK.
Yeah.
And that's a risky initiation.
So maybe in the mid lane, Vendetta has like 5 seconds left, but
Oh.
Slash Strike is already gone, and they have 2 sentries. They had 2 sentries, and they just 1 now.
He's back out, Vendetta ends, and that means that the hunt is over for now. Slash Strike. Next item, boots travel so he can get around the map a bit faster, and that will also close the map a little
Dire's
bit for
top
Alliance.
tower is under
Who have been
attack.
enjoying a lot of freedom towards that bottom lane in the Radiant jungle, but boots to travel are going to be there. It might be a different story.
I think that for Protect 5's team fight is going to be much better. I see the bit booster on the Centaur Warrunner. Oh, I see a charge onto Olymp, but he is way far back.
Yeah, and he wouldn't have backup either.
The Crimson Guard on Centaur I think was going to be huge.
Radiant's
It'll really help
bottom
on the
tower
Terror
is
Blade
under attack.
versus like a CK illusion.
This is the sniper defense as well. They go for the sniper first. They shed him as well. Freezing Field Dancing Dragon's position is perfect. Slavers needed to keep Lola alive. He cannot get out though. Goes there's a whole 3-man hoops on BTA. Doing the work for his team. The follow-up isn't there. No, double impale coming up from Urbana. Thunder is there. No, 5 lives. He kills off that Nathan Sexton. And he's now going on towards the tower. Maybe he'll try to get the last hit there on the Ogre Magi. Indeed, he does. His team finishes off the Dazzle. The only one left alive is a sniper, and that's because he bought back after dying. That was an amazing 5-4 protect 5. Everybody dead. Tier 1 tower falls. No survivors.
What do you do when he casts
Dire's
Stampede?
middle tower is under
They can't
attack.
do anything.
How are you going to protect the sniper? They knew exactly where he was as well.
That's why I was like, they drafted Sniper and it's just crazy. And then they...
Oh, yes.
I don't really know what they do in the team fight. Get BKB, I guess. But even if you get BKB, you can't stand there and attack because Terrorblade will just rip you apart, and Spirit Breaker will ult you during the BKB. So I don't exactly know what the sniper does in this situation. He does look like he's going for a Manta style, which is not bad. You can get out of the bolus, but doesn't help versus charge, and it's very difficult to dodge hook stop with that.
And the illusions are going to be very squishy as well. So for example, Sensor is still going to...
Yeah, you can just double legend.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Double edge all 3 of them at that point.
They do have 2 Midases. Do they have 2? Is it 2?
They have
1.5.
And
1 of 3.
2. There you go.
Okay. There you go.
But yeah, it's looking kind of rocky for Alliance right now. But when we talked about this, we know
We did talk
Alliance's
about
strength
this.
is not right now. It will come.
When is it though? When can they deal with Stampede?
Alright, we talked about this as well yesterday. There's no counter towards the Stampede other than having a Rubik and having your own Aghanim
What is
Stampede.
Grant? What is going on?
I don't know. I saw that too. There's hats and things going on, and they're eating bananas. Oh, I think they had a prediction wrong. That's what happens. In case you're wondering, we're also having like the main stream hub. It's in the middle of the broadcasting studio room to know if we are on camera or not. But we are now having on the main BNTS stream the American qualifiers position. And if you get a prediction wrong of a team who wins, there is punishment. And currently, right now, it's bananas and having weird hats. I'm so confused.
Doesn't look like punishment for Grant. Regardless.
Regardless, Alliance, the pickle. They are behind in their world, but only by 3k. That's not that much. Experience is a bit of a bigger spike, though. Let's see what that translates into. We have 2 low supports. Spirit Breaker is actually very high up there, level 11. But Centaur is the king of the pack.
Uh-oh. Spirit Breaker almost has Shadow Blade. That's scary.
That is very scary.
Dire's
I think
top
what they
tower
actually
is
need
under
is
attack.
a really disgustingly good next play. We understand.
No pressure.
No pressure. He just
Radiant's
needs to
bottom
be able to
tower
like
is under attack.
stun the Centaur and
Dire's top
the
tower has
Spirit
fallen.
Breaker who's charging in, and Carapace the Ember as he remnants in. No problem, right?
Metamorphosis Terrorblade with illusions versus Phantasm illusions of the Chaos Knight. If there's a
Radiant's
pushing
bottom
battle.
tower has
I
fallen.
know it's not going to happen now, but if there's a pushing
Dire's
battle.
structures are fortified.
I think Terrorblade, because he still has the light on the other. Very strong.
Perhaps later on we're going to see the real life action
Radiant's
of that Alliance.
bottom tower
Does
is
not
under
shy away
attack.
from base racing, so we all know that. That's something that you can continue doing whenever the Phantasm is up, I guess. But in the meantime, for Protect 5, they know that they are in the lead and they are
Dire's top
dictating
tower
the pace
is
of
under
this game.
attack.
They are applying some pressure on Alliance, now also pressuring the tier 2 tower. They're not going to go for it just yet. In the meantime, on the bottom lane,
Dire's
it's a
middle
bit of
tower
a
is under attack.
troublesome situation for the Ember Spirit. He got scouted out. He cannot escape.
That's a big kill. That's exactly what they need. Slow down this Ember Spirit. However, Terrorblade has escalated to the top of the net worth chart after Iron Taling for a bit. Well, he was there for a second. Now Sniper's ahead.
I was going to say, I didn't see it.
He was ahead.
Alright, I believe you.
So
Sniper though, he doesn't even have a minus. He's getting ahead. And that's needed too. He is gonna need a lot to make up for the fact that he's like if he's gonna be squishy. He's gonna be
He is gonna get run at.
He's gonna get run at. You gotta make the most of the time that you are alive because you will die.
They need Glimmer actually for him. Like Glimmer plus Solar Crest plus Weave, he can actually turn into quite the tank.
Do you know what an item is that I haven't seen in a while and that Ogre Magi is building right now? Drums.
Oh wow, he's building drums.
Alright, so wait a second to see if this Terrorblade is gonna live. I think he should be, yeah, okay. Talk to me about the drums.
You usually just see Midas in place of drums, or pretty much anything else instead of drums. Drums has fallen off a lot because of no attack speed and no HP regen because it changed to a Sage Mask instead of a ring.
Dire's middle
And
tower
generally
is
just
under attack.
Hamadong being way better.
So
That's
why
about
is he
it.
going for drums now?
I think it's kind of nice on Ogre. It's like the fights are like so far and few between that the drums active is going to be really, really useful for when the team fights actually do occur. And people don't like getting Helm of Dawn versus the Crystal Maiden because it's a 325 gold for her a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So I can definitely see why. I'm just more surprised that he didn't get Midas because that seems to be the trend for
Dire's
his
middle
team.
tower
And
is
you know
under
they're going to be
attack.
playing it pretty defensively and just hoarding up gold on their side of the map with the Midas. And I don't actually know if the drums is going to swing the team fight for them, but it possibly could. Well, now for Protect 5, taking down Roshan, they have committed the Metamorphosis for this Zeph style. Looks like he's going to be scouting outside with the Invisibility Rune, and Dire side, nowhere to be seen. Alliance just farming up the Radiant jungle as Roshan is being slain.
Yep, that
Are they
makes
giving it to
Assassin
Ember,
is trying to
or
hunt. He was just picked off, but Terrorblade is still going to be the one to take it.
I'm surprised they give it to TB. TB is, you don't get the meta after the Aegis death,
Yes.
so that's a big loss in damage. And I think Ember is a little bit more likely to die because he's way more likely to just go in on Sniper.
He's more in the front
Yeah.
lines, and yeah, he will dive through.
But
It's true.
carry players like their Aegises.
They do.
I will tell you that.
They will take it if they are given the chance. All right. So with this Aegis in their pockets, is this something that for Protect 5 is going to try to work with?
Not really. I don't think Terrorblade with Aegis is like the best sieger against a Sniper. Sniper will just pew down all your illusions with shrapnel. If you die once, you're likely going to die twice, so it's not like the Aegis really
Dire's
changes
middle
anything in that
tower is
department.
under attack.
I think that for Protect 5, you have to start worrying a little bit about the farm coming in. Like Chaos Knight is working on a Heart next after the Armlet Echo. So with Armlet and Heart, his illusions will have a little bit shy of 4,000 HP, which is not easily taken down.
4 second stun. The charge still comes in, and the stampede as well. Perhaps they can turn this around. It's going to be a Spear Breaker. Field as a Dragon MVP. They kill 2. Can they kill 3? It's the question. Slash strike on the chase. Earn charges there as well. The drum usage was not successful to get that kill. Oh, of all the people you can find, you find the Centaur. You do get the 4 second stun, but you don't take him down in time, and then you just...
Underestimating the value of the Crimson Guard.
Yep.
The Vanguard is just incredibly good versus Chaos Knight too. I think that's like one of the best pickups. Because normally you'll see Centaurs go for Blink, Hood into Ags. And Ags is great, but I think that the Crimson Guard probably had more value than the Ags, just because the build-up's a lot better. When you have 2,000 gold, you have a Vanguard instead of like a point booster plus Ogre Club, which is
Dire's
pretty
bottom
useless.
tower is under
I mean, you
attack.
talked about them using it with Aegis when 3 heroes have died and Phantasm was committed to that last fight.
Yeah.
It's time. Meta has cooled
Dire's
down
bottom
as
tower
well.
has fallen.
Ember Spirit just TP'd mid, and looks like they're just going to sweep all the T2s.
And they can. Alliance at this point,
Dire's
all
middle
they can
tower
hope for is
under
being
attack.
able to hold their base. Being able to maybe kill some people as they walk high ground. Maybe hope that they
Dire's middle
overcommit the
tower
fight.
has fallen.
Or
Doesn't
just
even
farm out
look-
with Midas.
Or this, yeah, or this farm with the Midas. That's something that Alliance does very well. Yay.
Yay. They have a gem on Nyx. That's actually a little bit surprising.
Ah, Nyx Next assassin does also die. I guess they want to find the Spirit Breaker. Get a bit more map control back.
Go for me.
Are you surprised that 4 Protect 5 is not trying to fresh the issue?
No. Yeah, Sniper is very popular, as is Keeper. Like, these heroes are very good at holding high ground because they can stand like close to the T4 shrines.
Yeah.
And pew pew whoever's sieging.
Right.
So it is extremely doable. And especially with the CK on the team, like CK can drag Ember or Terrorblade like on the other side of the T3. Which could be just very, very devastating. Maybe once they have Centaur Axe, because then they actually have a save for whoever gets jumped. Does he have it already? Oh, he has it already. Oh my God, the Centaur is farmed. He is as farmed as Sniper. Oh my goodness.
He just got it.
He has 2,700 HP.
Look at his net worth is higher than the CK.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should just said sorry.
Yeah, that is. Oh
Yeah,
my
that is
God.
mad. He had a great lane, stayed alive for a long time. He's got 4 kills to his name, and of course all the towers are dead on the other side as well, giving him a bit of extra gold boost. That helps. I believe he picked up some of the last hits as well. It's a happy horse.
It is a happy horse. If I were Sniper right now, I'd consider getting a Blink Dagger, so you can just blink back as soon as Stampede hits. Like, I'm just that fearful if I'm Sniper.
I mean, he could. Still going for that Manta style after Hurricane. He's got the Force Staff. He's got a Hurricane Pike. He can move back, and he can force whoever is going to get him the other way.
Will that be enough?
That is the question, and we are gonna find out. Maybe now. Metamorphosis. Pop.
Dire's
Pike.
top tower
On.
is under attack.
There's still a CK on the bottom lane. There is a Fortify available. It doesn't look like they want to use it for now. Ember just decided to throw his life out there because he can. He will have to use it or not. No, because there is a Stampede. Save. Use Force Dazzle. Still gets keep there from the Ember Spirit. And CK is there too. But it doesn't matter. This is all just a distraction to get the racks, and they are getting the racks. They're getting the Centaur as well by the looks of it. But they got the mix. That's worse, right?
Chaos Knight is doing a lot of damage on bottom lane.
Yeah, but he doesn't have racks.
Oh, is he gonna die here? Oh,
That's Crystal Maiden dead,
Hello,
but
Crystal
it
Maiden.
looks like 5 is going for that CK. He's taking a lot of damage there. Can he actually chase him? He has got a Hurricane Pike. He can force
Radiant's
himself.
bottom
He forces
barracks are
himself
under
back
attack.
to base. Loda Armlet toggling there. The melee Rex is in trouble again. Oh, teleport out. No, you cannot do that. The reflection.
wow. That was pretty nice by Loda. Almost making something out of that trade. 4 Protect 5 definitely did not need to chase that far. They chased so far back, and you talked about the Hurricane Pike on the Sniper.
Yeah, they went all the way back to the base. Sniper's already bottom as well, but making sure that he is pushing out the wave a little bit. Oh, hello. That's an Ember Spear teleporting to the shrine. But
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
not gonna dare it. Doesn't have the backup anyway. Already teleported out. Alright, so coming out ahead of that trade, it's still 4 Protect 5, right?
I would say just barely. Getting a melee Rax is great, but sacrificing 4 of your heroes and a buyback is devastating for your economy. Especially when you're up against Midas's. And luckily for them, they did get the kill on CK, or else he'd have his heart right now. And looks like Centaur is in a tiny bit of trouble, but I doubt he's really that fearful.
He's gonna try to force out the Stampede, but looks like yeah, there it is. See if they can find some people. They found the Ogre, the Hoofstomp is on there as well. Stampede 1. For the price of a Stampede. Ember already put the veil up. Still gets done, only 2 seconds though. Veil coming out as well. Sniper doing what he can to clear the illusions.
That mana burn hurts.
Yeah.
He has a lot of intel because of the Veil and the Shivas. So he got burned for like 500 mana right there. And it's a max level mana burn on Nyx, so every 4 seconds he's gonna get destroyed by that.
So you asked how Alliance is gonna deal with the Stampede. They just baited out before the fight starts. Actually, it's very short cooldown, so again, it's up again in 15 seconds. Metamorphosis on. This time they don't dive as far as they did before.
They're waiting for the weave to stack up. Weave is getting up there.
Dire's
Halfway
bottom
ticked.
tower has fallen.
Tail, but all the illusions beacon, he's still on there for 5, and now knows the real one. Here comes the reality rip. Oh, can this center live? Yes, he can. Another stampede. Of course they can. 2 buybacks already happening for Alliance. That's trying. Is that enough to keep people alive? Is the question. For now, it seems to be the case, but they did lose their melee racks at 4 Protect 5. Take their lead. Oh,
Whoa, whoa! Crystal made it!
that's the road base. Dancing Dragon, you have to go to the south side of the map.
Wow, what a player! I think that was
Yeah,
probably intentional. Yeah, it's like I'm gonna Glimmer Cape and run in, guys. I'm the only one that died. I mean, that's great.
That is the ultimate like
Distraction.
sacrifice. It's
Wow.
like, don't worry, you got this, guys.
Watch this, guys.
Oh, if that was yeah, it probably was intentional, I guess.
Poor
Yeah.
Sniper. Sniper just got charged and ulted by Spearbreaker and died.
And I mean, all the net worth in the world at this point is not gonna stop that from happening. He needs different items.
I don't know what item saved him from that.
I don't know. In the meantime, also the ranged racks on top lane did drop during that, of course. Melee racks, or rather ranged racks on the bottom lane, are also a little bit low. So perhaps while the siege is happening on mid, which will happen at some point.
Next meta.
The next
Actually, next Roche and meta. That's scary.
that is Alliance is with their backs against the ropes here in this game. I think. Like, what are their options? They
Fight at
tried
Roche.
They fight at Roche, sure. They tried to bait out the Stampede from the Centaur,
Yeah, but it's so low cooldown.
but it's
They'll
yeah,
just kill you twice.
it was up again. Oh. I mean, 4 Protect 5 is doing great.
This
They
is why you
are-
ban Centaur.
Yes.
He had a
Is
great
it
lane.
It's actually a Centaur just winning the game at this point. That is one of the reasons why Alliance can't really high ground defense properly.
Yeah, they can't. Just Stampede. 60% damage reduction. Sniper can't kill anyone. CK can't kill anyone. Everyone's slowed. And the Axe is... I have discussions with people about the best Ags in the game, and Centaur is up there. I'm not sure if it's unequivocally the best Ags in the game, but it's definitely top 3.
Which other acts are
I
on
think
the top three?
Keepers is really good.
Yes, okay.
What other ones are pretty good? I don't know. Those two pop up the most. I'm sure there are other ones, but it's definitely those two that I hear about. Nyx Axe is also really good.
Oh,
But those are just the heroes in this game. I'm sure I'm forgetting a lot of heroes.
Probably.
Yeah, but those 3 are pretty good.
Some heroes is good, but then the hero itself is not good.
Yep.
Even if the axe
That's
I think
true.
is... Yeah. Alliance, they do have that ward near the rune spot. They saw the Centaur, and you can almost hear them think, like, oh, should we initiate on that? Nope, it's a Centaur. Can't get a quick pick off on him. He's sitting on
No.
1200 gold as well. Illusions walking into the high ground, seeing that the Stride is used, and trying to take down the Shrine actually.
It's not even just a Stampede. It's like Stampede plus Crimson Guard plus Pipe.
Yeah.
There's so much that you have to burst through. Well, they're going to YOLO smoke right now. Chaos Knight going to be in front. Oh, Slash
Oh.
Strike just popped all the smokes.
He did, but there's no wards though. But I guess Alliance doesn't know that. So they are forced back.
It was also a little bit sketchy because Terrorblade was right-clicking the shrine with his illusion, and no one was doing anything about it.
Yeah, well before there were like 4 heroes trying
Yep.
to kill the illusions.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of obvious. Oh, hello, who's got a position there? Nobody. The charge stopped. Step style, he's invisible, he's got a gem though. Oh, so it doesn't need assassin. Yeah, they both were invisible and they
Dire's
both saw
bottom
each other.
barracks are under attack.
Both
Dire's
decide
bottom
to
barracks has fallen.
turn away. In the meantime, range racks do fall because nobody is defending.
They know they can't leave though. They leave, they take Roach, and they just siege with next Aegis, just like they did last time.
Yep.
So
It's
they
all
have to
about
make a
the
play
illusion.
here.
Sniper has to be careful. here.
Oh, Sniper's showing?
Yeah.
Wow.
Very risky, but at the same time, Nick Assassin is gonna try to wrap around. Perhaps he has got that gem. Seeing if oh, but there's also a gem on the high ground. Spirit Breaker. Nice and Pill hits on the Spirit Breakers though. In the meantime, Alliance, they're trying to get away, but they can't. The reflection is there. The damage coming out from 4 Protect 5. It is too much to deal with. It is too much to heal for a single down. When the GG well played comes out.
That'll teach you to ban Centaur.
Woo!
Oh my god.
For sure. Alliance taking a big loss here. And I say this because this is one of the teams that they should not lose against.
No.
Yesterday we praised them. They won against Bears. They won against Secret. They won against Cloud9. And they look to be one of the top raid bosses in this competition, but
That was a sick draft from 4 Protect 5. I think
Yes.
Alliance, they probably wanted like these heroes going into the draft without actually seeing what they were up against. And I don't know, the draft was overall very weak from Alliance, and you can see why Centaur is what I consider the best offlaner in the game right now. Yeah, that was a pretty good showcase for Stampede. Yeah, good stuff.
So for 4 Protect 5, their hope is going for tiebreakers right now. They are 4-4, and they have one more game left, and it will be against Bean Boys. That is going to be the next game coming up on this very channel. They have to win this, and then they have to still hope for some other people to lose so that they get tied and go for a 5-4 as well. So I believe that is the scenario here. Alliance are now 5-3. They still have one more game later today, and it's Alliance versus Pro Dota. So if you are a 4 Protect 5 fan, you want Alliance to lose that. So they are also 5-4, if all things go according to plan of the plan of 4 Protect 5. Anyway, we'll be right back with more Dota 2 for the Kiev European Major Qualifiers. See you soon.